What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Luke Humphries. You are joining me for the Disc Golf Pro Tour Match Play Championship. We are in Hellertown, Pennsylvania at the Steel Club. This is a Donald Ross designed golf course that goes back to the 40s. So lots of history that these disc golfers are getting the chance to play on today. We've got two pairs. This is match play. The first pair is Paige Pierce versus Deann Carey. The second, Sarah Hokom versus Jessica Weese. In match play, you're just playing one hole tournaments. Essentially, the lowest score on the hole wins the hole, and the match is over when one player leads by more holes than there are still to play. So these ladies are really going to want to take the match hole by hole, really stick to their game, hope to putt well, and then watch what your opponent is doing, because you never know what kind of play you might have to adjust based on out of bounds or something.
World champion from Plano, Texas. Please put your hands together for Paige Pierce.
That's the man behind the scenes right there. Jeff Spring had a big hand in organizing this, and it's unprecedented for disc golf. Really cool to see these ladies out here playing some match play. Big par 4 up the hill, as you saw in that drone. Only 455 feet though, so Paige's power gets her well up there.
Our 8 seed out of Shelby, North Carolina. Please make some noise for Deann Carey.
Deann grabbing the bottom seed, the 8 seed, so she's playing Paige, who is in first place in the Pro Tour points standings. Deann won the Resistance Open this year. This is drifting a little far right, and going to catch out of bounds.
Our next matchup features Sarah Hokom versus Jessica Weese. First on the tee, a world champion and our 4 seed. Put your hands together for Sarah Hokom.
So this is our second match. They'll be playing alongside Paige and Deann, and they'll alternate teeing off first with the player that scored better on the previous hole going first. This has got to push through that sticky grass. Oh, and it does. Like there was some confusion between the spotters, but it is in.
And her competitor, our 5 seed out of Grass Valley, California. Make some noise for Jessica Weese.
Looks like Jessica's going with a halo turn. This match, I think, will be a good one. Rankings say it'll be a better match than the Paige-Deann match. But only time will tell. Nice drive from Jessica. She's inbounds, looking at that basket. Bushnell says it's 222. And that was just a little wide, but sneaking into circle 1. It's about 24 feet. That's a good shot for the first hole. What you want to do is put pressure on your opponent. Don't mess up bad. Give yourself fairway hits and putts on the green. That's exactly what Sarah did there. Sit. Unfortunate. Yeah, even she thought it was a great one. Looked good out of her hand. Just got a little bit of the dew. That morning dew skip. Paige just a jump putt up there. So it'll be hard to keep track of which match is which a little bit, so you guys are going to bear with me. And then look at the bottom of the screen as well. You'll see that Paige just got that one up. So she now has a whole lead on Deann. Great putt from Sarah. Because Jessica went out of bounds, that putt was to win the hole as well. So we already have action from both of these groups. Heading into hole 2, One of the most demanding tee shots these players are going to face in this 12-hole course. These are 12-hole matches. I hadn't mentioned that yet. Players are going to need to go up that hill and then bend super far left. It's more of a stall shot, if you will. You're left with this approach out of bounds left the whole way, and then out of bounds by this green, both on the right, the left, and behind the basket, sloping towards the out of bounds the entire time. Very precarious green. Anything traveling hot most likely will find out of bounds. You're not going to see many people going forehand here. This is Sarah special. And that's incredible. Just to get out that gap and left with a forehand. She's one of the best in the world. Jessica going typical backhand, but that one a little early. She kicked down right, which is great because kicking anywhere left makes this hole impossible. Oh, and this is what you want. Oh my goodness. Unfortunate to catch the tee box skip down the hill, but that's one of the best tee shots I've seen on this hole. And I watched a lot of the men played as well. I think that one ranks up top. Deann trying to match. Needs it to turn a little bit. It does perfectly. The second you get caught in that tall grass, it won't let you out. Your stance is side hill, and your shot is very tricky. Jessica opting just to play for position, I'd guess. Lets that one fade out a little bit more than she wanted. We'll see if it impairs or impedes her next shot. That was a nice sit. You heard her say she slipped a little bit there. These nice Pennsylvania conditions. Definitely some dew in the morning. And this is a great shot. She gets that a little bit low, digs into the ground. She gets it a little high. It fades out of bounds. Really well done from Deann. Not a very easy shot left for Jessica, but she also pulls it off really well. Different matches, but all right, finally, Paige's drive. Good shot from her, opting to not bring that green and the fast skip off of it into play. Happy with a par, or a birdie, excuse me. These women are playing this as a par 5. And this is the only green that won't be out of bounds the entire day. This one was changed, and I think it is a good change with the out of bounds left, right, and long. Great shot from Deann, somewhere between 20 and 30 feet left. Jessica from a straddle stance forehand gets a little skip off the green, somewhere in circle 2 range, I believe, 40, 45 feet. Paige, I'm sure, throwing one of her fierces. Looking for this one to just slide a little bit. Oh yeah, edge of circle 1. We didn't see a ton of putting other than Sarah on hole 1, so interesting to see how these ladies are going to approach this match play putting style where it's just your opponent. See how aggressive Paige gets. There you go. That's why she's a 5-time world champion. Nice putt from Deann after staring it down. And that'll be a tie, yeah. Or a half, as we call it, in match play.
That, even if we made it, or is that only if you miss? You were saying we can practice putting.
Because of Sarah's early tee shot, she ended up getting a bogey, and Sarah was just left laying that up, which you'll see some players do today. Not risk anything, tap in that stroke, and then take the hole advantage. Heading into hole 3, it's a par 4. I think the green is the trickiest part about this. Very side sloped. Your disc must match the slope as it comes in, or you could see some rollaways. It's also got a low ceiling putting if you get past the basket. We see Paige testing out these turf tees. For the most part, I think players were finding they gave very good grip. And that's huge. Exactly what you want to push those trees, and if you can get past them, makes your upshot so much easier. Paige will be left with less than 300 into that. Deann not getting that disc over as much as she wanted. Lands in the short grass though. Lots of glide for Sarah on that shot. She will have some of that tree in her route to the basket, though. We'll see how much it affects her. That's a pretty stable disc that Jessica's throwing there. She gave it some Anheuser out of the hand, a bunch of height, just didn't really turn over as much, but still carried way out into the fairway. So Deann wants to go up this hill, then back down the other side. And this is turned over. Gets through the tree, though. She'll be looking at the basket, but probably getting a 4. She'll have to hope that Paige doesn't get up and down for that birdie. You see her husband, AJ, on the bag, giving her some advice. It's a big hyzer from Jessica. She ends up about 100 feet, maybe 90 feet from the basket. Sarah is going inside that tree, drifting it left. Oh, and that's beautifully done from her. Really good touch with the forehand. She's played a couple great tournaments lately. We've been in the woods in the Northeast, and she is really good in the woods. Paige pushed that one a little bit long. We'll see if that low ceiling comes into play. Good upshot from Deann. She kind of gave it a run there. Yeah, Jessica really good at the floaty game. She caught a bad skip on hole 1. I wonder if that affected the way that she played that shot. I really think she threw a good shot on hole 1. Paige, little low left. She knew it out of the hand. So this Deann needing to get this to push the hole with Paige, assuming she makes that comebacker. And just high. It's hard to tell in this camera view, but a very side-sloped green. These ladies need all kinds of balance to execute these putts. As we see Sarah just a little bit high, and the leaves on those trees gusting a bit. I wonder if that had something to do with it. I know for some of the men, had to be for some of the ladies as well. This is just the first time that they've had a chance to play this format in disc golf. I think it's a really cool thing. It's something we need in the future just to diversify things, and play a different sort of game than we normally play. It's cool for the spectators, maybe a little bit of pressure on the players as they start out their first go at match play. As we head to hole 4, 350 feet, we've got OB behind the basket. If players straighten their discs out on a right-handed, backhanded throw, they might be able to find that. We see Sarah going with the backhand. Yeah, and you hear her say it.
Check.
One backhand down. She can for sure get up and down from that position. Maybe not necessarily going for the green. Just taking a par on this one. You know, I think she's got the forehand for it too, but the miss would be for it to flex out into that out of bounds. So we see Sarah play it very close to that out of bounds, but she's safe in circle 2 with the chance at the birdie. And this is the only miss that Paige really couldn't do. Little long, little right. That's for sure out of bounds. This looks good from Deann. That's a great shot from her into circle 2. And if Paige is out of bounds, she's got a chance to definitely make up a stroke. Ooh. We've seen Jessica make putts just like that in the past with the Anheuser release, letting it float down on that line. Really pretty when she hits them. Pretty when she doesn't. Deann just laying that up. Yeah, Paige is out of bounds there. And this would be to push the hole with Deann. Not characteristic of Paige, usually very direct, at least grabbing metal. Nice putt from Jessica. She'll have the hole with Sarah Hokom. And Deann will pick up a point on Paige, grabbing that hole, heading into hole 5. This is a demanding tee shot up this hill. The higher up you can get, the easier the second shot becomes. If you can crest this hill the drone is going over right now, that's a fantastic shot. And you're left with an approach into this very guarded green. Late left to right movement is very difficult in disc golf. Ideally, a roller approach, but anything at the bottom of the hill, giving yourself a putt for birdie would be a win. And that's textbook match play from Deann. Just putting it in play, putting it in the fairway, putting the pressure on your opponent. Well done from Paige. Very similar to Deann. All these ladies content to grab some fairway, doing it well. So we have a backhand group, and now we have a forehand group. Oh, yeah. Jessica keeping the height better than her card mates. Getting the best result. Further up the hill just makes it so much easier on this shot. And there is a green out of bounds over here. She has not found it. All right, got over the hill, got a bunch of distance. She'll be left with a tricky approach from there, is my guess. We'll see. We get up there. This looks good, though. This is going to reach the bottom of the hill, hopefully. Yes, it will. She'll be looking up at that basket for her birdie. Definitely in the driving seat over Sarah on this hole. See what Paige has. Ooh, the big Anheuser. Oh, yeah. Deann left with this gap right here. She's got a hit. Hits a tree, kicks left. Might have about a 40, 45 footer up the hill. Won't be an easy putt, though, and the stance will be tricky for sure. Sarah just looking to slide this thing in there. Gets through the trees. Fortunate to do that. She'll be taking a par. Hoping that Jess doesn't throw this little forehand in. I like this approach. Pretty close. Nice touch displayed there. Felt like that was about a 50-50 putt for Paige. Grabs a bunch of metal. Deann now needs this to push the hole. She misses it. And we see there Paige Pierce goes 2 up in their match. Deann concedes that putt to Paige.
Hey guys, I'm Garrett from the Disc Barn, and this is Emmett. Let's call him co-owner. Here at the Disc Barn, we make sure every disc is taken care of during its stay. Once the disc arrives, we do our little glamour shot, then place them in a nice baggie to keep them safe from any damage. Once a disc is ordered, your disc will be pulled from our inventory, placed safely in a nice, cozy box at no extra cost. So go online today to thediscbarn.com. Shop all our recent restocks, browse your favorite brands, and even check out our apparel. We're excited to send some new plastic your way.
That is right, guys. If you're looking for in-stock discs, go check out thediscbarn.com. Free shipping on all orders over $75. Give them a check. Hole 6. This is a technical hole, you guys. And this is halfway through the match. These are only 12-hole matches that we're playing here, so these ladies need to take this shot very seriously. I think it plays about 100 feet downhill, so lots of room for that disc to move left. You've got to make sure to match the height with the angle. That's a super stable frisbee, but I love the play. It's a really hard hole to park. To slide it up there tight, you're not going to see it very often. So just putting yourself inbounds, like we said, put the pressure on your opponent. Oh my goodness. That's fantastic from Paige. She's putting the pressure on and a little more. See how Deann can answer. I like those kicks. If you know me, you know I like some vans. This needs to get down, though. Oh, it does not. Look like she'll have about a circle's edge putt for her par. Meanwhile, Paige is up there for her birdie. Sarah, something safe. That is smart. We'll see if Jessica, a little better angle over here, but still, you don't want to blow this thing by. Oh, and it did. Out of bounds is probably only 20 feet. She finds it. Back to that other match. So Deann is bogey at best. We see Paige lay up and go 3 up in their match. Deann will need to turn this ship around or she's not going to see the last couple holes. An unfortunate roll away from Jessica, and so Sarah grabs another one, goes 3 up in her match. Here we are, the 765-foot hole 7, par 4. Just a wide open fairway, sloping right to left the entire way, and OB basically right next to this basket. Both the bunker and the green plays out of bounds, so approach shots, beware. Paige's distance is going to be huge here. A little bit of an early release. That's going to fade well down the hill. She's still got a bunch of distance, but this next shot's going to play back up that hill now. And I don't know that her angle is choice. Deann, maybe a little more height. Could have gotten another 50 feet out of that one. Still well down the fairway. Sarah opting for the forehand. Throwing it way out there. This tee shot does play downhill a little bit in addition to that right to left slope. You can see Jessica lining up for an Anheuser. Similar to Deann, if it had the height, would have carried a lot further. Now look what Paige is left with. That bunker is out of bounds, and it looks like it's right next to the basket. So she plays well away from that to about 40. That's a great play from her. Doesn't bring on the bunker. Deann's left with 437 feet. Paige, probably safe bet that par plays on this hole. That's no problem from Deann. She'll be approaching straight down the hill at the green and the bunker. But I bet she's got the touch to make it happen. This is a huge sidearm from Jessica. All the way up at the circle, too. That had to be 360 to 80 feet. Really big from her. Sarah with the furthest drive in the group. With that forehand. That's no problem. Into circle 2 for her as well. See how aggressive these ladies are trying to get, though, with such crazy things right next to the basket. I love it though as an obstacle. Perfectly played from Deann. AJ looks on, gives it the nod. Sarah can throw these putts really high. Okay, that was the layup there. If she wants to give it a bid, she can give them these soft bids from really high, and she's extremely accurate with them as well. So she chose not to do that. Play safe. Paige, full bid, still stays safe. Jessica going for the Anheuser putt. Maybe a little bit of grip. Shouldn't be a problem though, as it was mostly just a layup anyways from that angle. And by the looks of it, we'll have 4 pars, 2 halves, assuming Jessica can hit this putt here. I spoke incorrectly. Sarah Hokom grabbing another stroke in this match, as Deann and Paige have the hole. Sarah slowly building up quite a substantial lead at this point, 4 up through 7 holes. Heading into hole 8, it's a par 3 at 375. This raised basket and the green on the right, the main distractions for these players. Sarah starts it at the OB that I didn't mention, down the left side, fades away from it. Great shot from her. Guessing she's into circle 2. That was a huge shot from Jessica. Lots of snap there. Full pull through. You saw her form there, looking great. See how aggressive Paige wants to get. Plenty of distance. That's not the issue here. This one's got to get down, though. Oh, no, she didn't. Unforced error from Paige. You got your opponent right where you want them. Just put that thing in play. I'm sure she knows that. Deann got this one a bit nose up. But she knows that Paige is out of bounds and would need to hit her putt just a par. So satisfied is Deann making her do that. Great upshot. Circling the basket. That's what you want. Stress-free par in a situation like she's in. It did get a little bit of roll, but nothing too bad. It's nice to see Sarah go to the backhand for those upshots. She's so dominantly forehand and does it so well that, you know, to have the backhand now as an option, it's great to see from her. As we see Jessica touchy forehand approach. Look at all these cameras right here. Ooh. I mean, there's a handful of them. MJ, few people I can think of in the women's game. Nobody more than Paige knows it the second it's out of her hand. She said, "Let's go, baby." Great replay from GK. So Deann won't be picking up that stroke on Paige. And it looks like Sarah and Jessica will both get their pars and have as well. Looked like Deann was going to grab one. Paige says, no. Hits a big putt. Keeps that match where it is, heading into the most picturesque hole on this course. Hole 9, 555 feet. straight down the hill. If hole 6 was 100 feet downhill, this one's 150 feet downhill. Deann and Jessica both need to at least win these holes. Jessica needs to win this hole. She is dormy against Sarah, which means if she does not win, her match will be over. And Paige is tightening her grip on her match as well. Safe, almost pin high too. That was a huge shot from Paige. Great position. Deann just needs to get these angles right, get her disc nose down. This one never really got flat. That's not the worst though. It's a really hard hole to birdie for anybody in these fields. So a par will do for her, but she'll need to win one of the next few holes, next 2 holes really, if she wants to continue this match. Sarah just looking for position, but she's getting even more. Gliding all the way down to the base of that green. Her approach should be pretty easy. Jessica needs a birdie here. Her time at the match play is concluded. Looked like she gave that one the full treatment. Needs to get a little skinny through this tree, and does. So she'll have to throw that in. First we'll have Deann looking to clear this green. And that's a good shot. Over the hill, so she won't be able to see it, but definitely within range for her. Sarah opting for the forehand approach. Getting it a little bit high. She'll be left with a similar ranged putt to close her match out if Sarah does not jam this. I just didn't get it high enough. Looked like the left-right wind may have just held it down a bit. And her day is over. Sarah played really good golf today. Didn't make many mistakes. Hit a bunch of fairways. Hit a bunch of greens. And she will be moving on, assuming she hits her putt. First Deann. There we go. To push her hole with Paige. And this right here for the match. Oh yeah. Sarah just showing a little veteran status there, I think. She's been in all sorts of situations. She's a world champion. They don't get too big for her. So she'll take out Sarah and she'll head into the quarterfinals. No, semis, excuse me. This is the quarterfinals. As we head into hole 10 with only one match left.
Sarah Hokom. Sarah, do you feel like you lived up to the name today?
Yeah, did I bogey anything? I don't think so. Yeah, man, I just got some pars. Like I said, I'm going to have a barbecue out here and let everybody else make the mistakes.
Yeah. So do you feel like you are going to have to change anything up? Looks like you might go against the world champion Paige Pierce tomorrow. You're going to have to go for some birdies?
You know, it's really situational, so it really depends, you know. If I'm in, like I was in the driver's seat most of the time on this match because Jessica had some unfortunate luck at the beginning of the round. But if Paige is putting pressure on me and I have to make a putt or something, like I'll definitely run that, you know. I can play situational depending on what's going on. Every shot, you know, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you do never know match play. It's been pretty exciting. How are you feeling about the format in general?
It's a little weird for me. I don't usually play against people. I try to just play against the course, so I've had to really adjust my mental game and also be aware of the score all the time, which I really don't like to do. So yeah, it's been difficult to make that mental shift, to just, you know, still throwing the shots you need to throw in the moment, but not getting caught up in what's going on with the score that you are very aware of. So yeah. Yeah,
that's really interesting insight. Well, congratulations on the victory, Sarah, and advancing to Championship Sunday. Just 2 more matches to go after that $10,000 prize. Good luck in your match tomorrow.
Thanks. It's going to be a battle.
Oh my gosh. And if you saw it right there, Deann Carey with a dead center chain out. Paige Pierce is just able to tap that putt in, take her match 4-2.
Please give it up for both competitors for a hard-fought match.
You know, Paige was winning that one, but
Applause for the winner of this match advancing to the Final Four, Paige Pierce.
unfortunate for Deann to have to lose it on a dead center spit out like that. That was a good putt.
Paige Pierce. Paige, congrats on the victory. Tell us how you're feeling about the match.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. You know, I kept it in bounds most of the day, and when I didn't, I hit a solid putt to save par, and my putt felt good. I gave it a lot of good bids, and you know, other than going OB on hole 3 and not converting on that, I feel like I played a pretty clean round.
Yeah, so what is the biggest difference for you between stroke play and this match play format?
I think it's about knowing your opponent, knowing what they're going to do, knowing their strengths and weaknesses, knowing, you know, are they comfortable on a 25-foot putt? If not, you can lay up and kind of put some pressure on them and get in their head. So, you know, going into tomorrow, I know Sarah Hokom's very comfortable inside 36 feet, so I'm not going to really be able to lay up many putts. So, yeah, I think it's knowing your opponent, and luckily I've been playing this game for 12 years competitively at the top.
So normally when you miss a putt, you go back to your lie and you fake practice for a bit. But today you actually went back to your lie and practiced some putts. What's that like, being able to practice your putts in the middle of your round?
Oh my God, amazing. A dream come true. Yeah, Jeff said on hole 1 that we're allowed to practice putt after the hole's concluded. So it was a blessing for me, for sure. I didn't connect on hole 3, and I knew I was going to have a lot of long looks on these long holes. So being able to kind of get that feeling of what a putt was supposed to feel like out of my hand definitely helped going in. I think that was kind of a key to me making that putt on hole 8.
And what does it feel like knowing you just have 2 more matches to take down a $10,000 purse?
Yeah, with the women, only the top 8 qualified, so we only have 3 rounds to play. I know next round I'm going to be playing against Sarah Hokom, who I got to watch her strategy today. I know that I'm going to, you know, have the advantage tomorrow. It's just kind of whether I can keep it in bounds or not. I'm definitely going to remember my whale sack, so my release feels a little bit more consistent and confident. I feel like, you know, I'm excited to see what happens today in the later rounds, see who's going to be going up against each other tomorrow.
Cool. Well, congratulations on the victory, and we'll see you for Championship Sunday.
Thank you.
There you have it. Paige Pierce taking down her match against Deann, Sarah Hokom winning hers against Jessica, both moving on to face each other in the semifinals. Don't forget, there is another quarterfinal up. Missy Gannon and Kona Star Panis will face off in one group, and then Haley King and Katrina Allen will face off in the other group, and they'll see who moves on from there into the semifinals. Thank you guys for joining us. This has been the quarterfinal round of 8 between these ladies at the Disc Golf Pro Tour Match Play Championship. I'm Luke Humphries. You're watching GK Productions. Thank you guys for being here. We'll see you on the next one.